What he needs is a strike. Oh, that's got to make things a little easier. You know, the crowd senses the fact that this is the first national television appearance for Neil Burton, coming in as a tournament leader.
Amazing the different situations of these two players. One is going for his 20th, one's going for his first title. Ritger's been in the Firestone, both for the titles, won many hundred thousands of dollars out here. And Neil struggling to get started. Of course, 15,000 would be a nice little starter today. Trailing by 26 can cut it to 16.
Neil, who earned 21,000 last year. Mm-hmm. 2, 4, 5, 8 on the left lane for Neil Burton. We indicated that Rod Carew, the Yankees, I'm sure, would love to have him, but the Yankees and the Minnesota Twins have broken off negotiations.
Big story. Yankees are trying to build a dynasty up there. Well, they already have. Neil with a 2, 4, 5, 8 is almost a must spare. He really dug himself a hole he can't get out of if he misses this one.
Did it beautifully after a strike. Spare, the mark coming in the 6th frame. And now up is Ritger. If you just joined us, he won 3 games, defeating Beckman 217 to 207. 235, 209, and then 248 to 237.
And that was the AMF Magicscore system that the players used this week.
Oh, now.
The tide may have turned. Ritger a little too much speed, moved a little too deep. 8-10 split. Here's when you don't have enough drive on the ball. It looks like it's finishing good. Watch the 5 slide in front of the 8-pin, the 6 in front of the 10. There goes the 5 to the left, the 6 to the right. The 8-10, Ritger has tightened the match up. And it is wide open. Could be anybody's ball game now. Ritger will be leading just by 13 now.
All right, that is the situation in this championship match, head-to-head, live and in color. We hope your pictures, as we've had a telco problem, a technical problem most of the day. We hope you're able to see the show as it comes to you from San Antonio.
Neil reacting to that great break. I mean, that was a tremendous break when his back's to the wall there in the 6th. Ritger catching that open. And only leading by 13, he's placed every ball right near the pocket, and could still end up a close match.
And now Ritger has a bucket.
40 years old, maybe he's beginning to tire. He lost that ball in the bottom of the swing, the one he forced before. These spares just don't walk him.
And 3 tough games.
Agreed.
Against Beckman, Gonzalez, and then, you know, Mr. Speedball himself, Mark Roth, Bowler of the Year twice. And here is Ritger now.
Cross lane, double wood. You have to make sure you get the 8-pin and avoid the chop of the 5.
So now we've seen both players in the same lane, covering the 2, 4, 5, 8, 13 pins separating.
Here we go. One of our future tips, Ritger does very well. Double wood, 2, 4, 5, 8, taking them all out cleanly.
Now with the spare up, Neil Burton shooting in the 7th frame.
He cannot hope for any more reprieves from experienced Dick Ritger. He's going to have to take it himself.
All right. Strike in the 7th for Burton.
He seems to have found the right-hand lane. You notice his footwork. He'll drive off very hard with that right foot on his second to last step. He takes a 5-step approach, shuffling his steps. 3rd. Now watch this 4-step with that tennis shoe on. He drives really hard into the line, lofts the ball well out over the line, his best shot of the match. But the key is right here. He is struck in the 5th and 7th on the right-hand lane, but to close the gap, he's going to have to hit the left-hand lane also. Can cut Ritger's lead to just 3 pins up in the 8th.
Final match. Wow. The tenacity of the Burton family. That's coming through, Nelson.
Yeah, it was.
And now, here is Ritger, shooting in the 8th frame. He has a spare working, leading by 3.
Do not count Dick Ritger out. He's leading by 3, but the momentum seems to be changed, but he's experienced.
Just like that. That strike in the 8th frame and going back just one match, going against Mark Roth. Didn't look as though Ritger was going to make it, but he did.
Well, he hangs tough in there. I said he plays that low profile, but Ritger's experienced player. He's put pressure on Neil here. This is the crucial shot of the whole tournament for Dick Ritger. If he doesn't strike here, he leaves the door wide open for Neil. 9th frame, leading by 3.
With a strike up.
And what a great shot he just threw. He threw his best shot of the tournament, puts the pressure back on Neil. The situation being this: Neil is trailing by 13, needs a strike here in the 9th to force both players to go to the 10th frame. The crowd is murmuring. They know the score. But Neil knows the score. Ritger knows the score. It's all coming down to the last 2 shots, a whole week's work.
Tournament leader who averaged 229, 257 on this pair. And for Neil, a memorable turkey.
Here's the situation for Neil. For the first time in the tournament, he has a chance to take in the match. He has a chance to take the lead. He's trailing by 3. He needs this strike to take the lead. The telescore tells the story.
Bo, growing up, did you bowl head-to-head with this brother?
I bowled doubles with him. He's too tough to go head-to-head against.
All right.
He needs this strike to take the lead. By no means can he shut out Ritger. The best Neil can do with all strikes is 223. Ritger still has a chance for 226.
Burton watching.
Pulled it up high. Now he has to hope that Ritger falters. Neil trailing by 4. Best he can shoot is 202. Ritger's going at a 206 pace.
Neil now trying to cover the 3-pin.
Ritger knows the score. He knows that Neil gets a strike here. It's 202 for Neil. Ritger has to fill at least 17 in the 10th and 11th frame to win.
Getting that initial championship match on live national television. Oh, do you remember your first?
I bowled
I do.
162, I think, Chris.
In Mobile.
In Mobile. My brothers at least improved 40 pins on that, win or lose. Oh. Boy, I sure would have liked to have that one frame earlier. The situation is this for Ritger. Ritger with a strike takes home his 20th title, becoming only the 4th man to win 20 titles. If he doesn't strike, he still has to mark to win.
Dick Ritger. He finished 4th in the overall competition. His first match was against Dave Beckman, winning at 217 to 207. Then he defeated Henry Gonzalez, 235 to 209. Then Mark Roth, 248 to 237. And in a tough head-to-head battle here against Neil Burton, the championship match.
Amazing how the frames come around. If that had been 1 frame earlier for Ritger, but he is the winner, and that's what it's all about.
There is the winner of the AMF Magicscore Open here in San Antonio on the right, Dick Ritger, 211 to 202. A tenacious Neil Burton, and Fred Green, president of AMF Bowling Division, presenting the check, $15,000, and the trophy.